Let's go ahead and knock this out. So we was not going to do a pod this week, y'all. I had a funeral that I had to attend on Tuesday and stuff. So we was gonna wait, but
Shit be happening.
yeah, not
Shit,
only the shit,
shit be happening.
not only the shit be happening. Not only the shit be happening, it be happening to our teams.
Oh yeah,
So
absolutely.
some dude, make sure you rate, like, subscribe, download wherever you get your favorite podcast. I'm Jr. Bang. I got Mike B with me.
Hey. Before we even get into the pod, though, I want to speak on something real quick. Before we even get into
All right.
this, um, if anybody has not, if you've been under a rock, if you're not, been paying attention, to the news and everything, as of lately,
Oh
the
yeah.
first and foremost, I would like to a prayer, send prayers and condolences to someone that I know, that I went to high school with, somebody that I graduated with, same class of '04, somebody that I know very well, know personally, have hung out with and everything, to Nick Brown and his family on the tragedy, the tragic passing of his mother, Myrtle Brown, who was very beloved throughout the town of Maywood and just everywhere, bro. Like rest well to Myrtle Brown. I know her personally as well. Is a very, very sad tragedy that has hit the town of Maywood, the town that I'm from, town that raised me, all of that. So just want to say that real quick, that I just want to send prayers and condolences to the Brown family, um, for their tragic loss. Also, I would like to also say that, just send a prayer up because his brother Sergio Brown is also still missing. He's missing. So if you haven't heard the news, we all know the story. We're not going to get into like the whole details and everything like that, because everything is still rumors, speculations, and everything of that nature. But what is facts is that he is still missing. So we just want to also just send another prayer up that we can bring Sergio home as quick as possible. And just want to say also, like, the whole town, bro, we thinking about you. The Brown family, we are thinking about you. And yeah, man, it's crazy, man. Anybody know that Sergio Brown? Sergio Brown is an ex NFL football player, who is from Maywood, graduated from Proviso East. Also somebody that I know personally, somebody that I've hung out with, just somebody that's just a real cool guy, always been loved. I seen Sergio a year ago. Matter of fact, I think he was going down Fifth Avenue and he was just jogging, like just staying in shape, like he always has done ever since he retired. And it was love when I saw him then, and it's always been love anytime I've ever seen him out and about. And so I just want to say, like, just send another prayer out to the Brown family and hope that we can bring Nick home. Bring Sergio home as soon as possible. And just, that's it. I'm not gonna address the extra curricular stuff, the speculations, the rumors, none of that other shit. We're not getting into none of that. Just want to just wanted to say that right here on the pod, man. Just like, just prayers up to the Brown family. And yeah, if anybody has any information, make sure y'all, get that out to the Maywood Police Department or any authorities as quick as possible. You know what I'm saying?
Well said.
Yes,
Well
sir.
said. I was not trying to think of that along with some of the extracurricular stuff that we've already been dealing with. I know I've been dealing with for the past week.
Yeah. And you know what? And what's crazy too is that it's just like, really, in the light of that situation, just last week on the pod, man, we were talking about losing close family members,
Yeah.
just losing family members, man. Like, and like, what would you do in that situation? How is that gonna affect you mentally, emotionally, physically, all of those things, man? And now, you know, this happens, and It's just crazy, man. It's just crazy. And
Yeah.
also, man, the Brown family, they lost their father. Nick and Sergio lost their father my sophomore year in high school. Our sophomore year in high school, their father had passed away, and he was like the heart and soul of the Proviso East basketball games. He coined the phrase "nothing but an East thing." If anybody knows Proviso East and knows the basketball culture during that Dee Brown and Shannon Brown era, he coined that phrase because Sergio's older brother Nick was also on the basketball team at that time, so he was always at the games. He was like one of the biggest fans, like one of them guys that front row, just going crazy, man. So just to lose one parent is a tragedy. But now Nick and Sergio don't have they both of their parents are gone, and then we literally was on the pod last week talking about losing close family members and how that affects you and how that affects the family, man. And I can only imagine. I can only imagine the pain and like that he and his family is going through, man. So I just, prayers and condolences to you as well, because you lost a close family member just recently.
Yeah.
And prayers and condolences to the Brown family, G. It's just hard right now, folks. Hard.
Yeah. Yeah, all of that is tough, and I'll echo what you said, the speculation piece.
Yeah.
I know this is sensitive to a lot of people. I've never met the Browns. I've heard of the Browns due to my family being in the woods. So I am very well aware of the family. And when I hit my cousin with the story, he had said he had just talked to Nick like not too long ago. So, I know that the family, like people in Maywood, are very close knit. Damn near everybody know everybody. So, when something like this hits the town, it hits everybody. So, prayers and condolences to the Brown family. And, prayers out to everybody up in the woods. I learned this week that, you don't have to be immediate to
be affected.
Yep. Especially depending on the relationship that you have. So prayers and condolences to the Brown family, and
absolutely
prayers up to everybody in Maywood that has been affected by this tragedy. And hopefully, we're able to find Sergio, and and hopefully we find him in good, all that. So so yeah, great, good right there, Mike. So the main reason why we're doing this, it's not just when we stressed out, you potted out.
Sure. Absolutely.
We stressed out. I've been stressed out for 2.5 weeks of NFL. You've been stressed out today. Like shit. Let's start with you.
Shit just hit the fan today, G.
you, Mike, was good.
Yeah, I was good up until an hour ago. 2 hours ago, I was good.
As soon as I got the alert, I hit Mike like, "You good?"
No.
You want to pot it out?
I'm not good. Yeah, let's get on the mic and talk some shit out, G.
So let's start with the Dallas Cowboys. Yeah. Dallas Cowboys 2-0, and to some people looks far and away the best team in the NFL. They 70 points, 70-10. 70-10. Yeah. You beat New York down. Yeah. And you got Micah Parsons getting compared to Lawrence Taylor again. You got people talking about the defense is the best defense in the league, and it's not even close.
Doomsday.
You talking about Micah Parsons is possibly MVP. You got Micah Parsons even talking about, practicing at tight end. And here's the thing, Mike. Yeah. When I heard that shit, I said, man, y'all better stop before somebody get hurt. Wasn't Micah, but it was quite possibly the second best player on your defense. Treyvon Diggs was ruled out for the rest of the season with a torn ACL. Your thoughts?
Yeah, man, this is a tough one right here, man. Just signed an extension, just got his money, and then you see this big piece, big cornerstone piece of the defense. Um, Anybody that pays attention to the Cowboys defense, Treyvon Diggs is one of those guys that can, can shut down, play shutdown corner, also create turnovers.
Mm-hmm.
Not just by interceptions, by forced fumbles. Just had a forced fumble this past weekend against the Jets. So this is a tough one, and has led the NFL in interceptions for the past 2 seasons. Like, I mean, this is a tough one, G. It's a tough one, bro. But and then it also sucks because it's a non-contact in practice, G. This didn't even happen in the game. Non-contact in practice, bro. Just doing drills, G. That shit is just tough for the whole defense in general. But Dayron Bland, Jordan Lewis, it's time to step it up. Next man up. And we just gotta, just keep going, man. The defense just gotta go a little harder, gotta push a little harder. I still think that the defense can excel. Defense will still look good. Obviously, Treyvon Diggs is a big piece to this defense, to this team in general. But hey, next man up, bro. We gotta do what we gotta do. Keep pushing. Would like to see. We're gonna have to see more from the offense now. Let's get some more productivity out the offense. Offense actually looked good this past week against the Jets. We didn't really get a chance to talk about the past week 2 games. But just overall in general, Dak looked good. Dak started off the game 13 for 13. So he was really sharp, no turnovers. So I think he's really got that in his mindset that, hey, we gonna not turn over the ball this season. We're gonna keep the interceptions to a minimum. And yeah, like you say, DG, yeah, we still got Gilmore on the other side. So I mean, Gilmore is a little on the older side, but I mean, shout out to Stephon Gilmore. He's gonna be a leader for the defense out there for the DBs. So yeah, that's pretty much. It's tough, bro. It's tough, but I think that the defense overall, the team will be okay without Treyvon Diggs, and prayers up to him. Hopefully he could get back ASAP. Week 1 next year. Well, we still 2-0, and we got the Cardinals next week. So Cardinals this coming Sunday, which should be quick and easy. Well, we'll see. You never know.
Now, yeah, obviously this team is loaded.
Yeah.
If it's any team that can deal with a loss such as this is the Dallas Cowboys.
Yeah. I know Dan Quinn he still get the defense. He had his defense prepared. Have whoever's the next man up, have them prepared. That's just what Dan Quinn is in there for the defense. So I think Dan Quinn can take care of that.
Yeah. Now, obviously, my concern is not necessarily in the beginning of the season, because I have the Dallas Cowboys going to the playoffs.
Yeah.
And I didn't have them winning the division. I had the Eagles winning the division. But you got, Diggs out. Your center hurt his hamstring.
He just hurt his hammy today. They said it's not serious though, but still.
Those linger.
Mm-hmm.
You got Zach that, has a lingering hamstring issue, I believe it is too. Yep. So I'm not really thinking about short term, thinking about long term.
Yeah.
Do you believe that this has a potential to affect your team long term?
Possibly, it's possible. It's possible. The lingering injuries, I think we need to really take care of that. Medical staff, we need to really take a look. If guys need to sit out, have them sit. If the hammy is hurting a little bit, don't go out there and tweak it some more. You know what I'm saying? Get 100% healthy, and then we could go out there. But as far as like scheduling wise, like if you look at really what we got coming up, we got Arizona coming up, then we got the Patriots week 4. Then we got a real test, which is the 49ers in week 5. So if any guys that's on the team right now that have lingering injuries, something that, that could affect in the long run, hey, don't worry. It's okay to take a week off or 2. get 100% healthy. But yeah, I would hope this wouldn't be something that can affect us long term going into the playoff push. So I don't know. Time will tell. Bang. Let's just knock on wood. And
Yeah, y'all got the Cardinals this week. That's a win.
Patriots week 4.
Patriots week 4. I think that's a win.
Yeah.
In Dallas too. But man, October 8th.
Yeah,
Oh,
49ers. And like I said, everybody still has their takes about the Cowboys, and yeah, they going to the Super Bowl. Only thing that can stop them is the injuries. Thanks. Thanks to I ain't gonna speak on the network that said that, but yeah, he said it. So, thanks for that.
thanks for the jinx. Thanks for
the jinx, buddy. But yeah, it's still early though. I don't really, like I said, I don't know what this team is yet. I see what they have potential to be, but I don't know what this team is yet. I won't be able to give an actual full observation of what this team could possibly be until halfway through the season. That's when I'll really be able to see it and know, because we still got a test coming up, and that's the 49ers, the team that knocked us out the playoffs last year, the team that looks like the front runner in the NFC. If you want to pick the front runner teams in the NFC besides like the Dallas Cowboys, got to go with the Philadelphia Eagles, and you got to go with the San Francisco 49ers. Both of those teams look good, and I think the 49ers look the best. They look the best. They look the best on both sides of the ball. The defensive side of the ball and the offensive side of the ball. Christian McCaffrey looked like he's turning back the clock to the early Carolina Panther days. So scary hours in San Francisco. So I'm concerned.
You know why I'm happy? We getting the feeling restored in the NFL.
Yeah,
in the 90s, the best rivalry in the 90s.
Cowboys 49ers.
Dallas Cowboys versus the 49ers, Jack. My God. This was the game that you played somebody with in Madden. Like, this was the Madden game. Yeah. Me and my cousin Derek, we still talk about the epic Madden 95 game we had, Dallas versus San Francisco, that came to the final play, and he ended up scoring a fucking 15-yard touchdown. Steve Young to Jerry Rice. Yeah. He kissed my ass still. But we still get into it about that game and that moment. And that's what we're getting with this game coming up October 8th. Because more than likely, these two teams, when they play each other, will be the best two teams in at least the NFC and quite possibly the NFL. So thank you, Dallas, and thank you, San Francisco, for restoring the feeling. Absolutely. Dallas, San Francisco, we go back from the catch in 1981 to the 90s, the team of the 80s versus the team of the 90s, and we're getting that in 2023. Dak versus Brock Purdy.
Who
would have
thought? What a rivalry.
I said all that to say this is the most unsexiest quarterback battle in the history of this rivalry.
Wow, time.
That Brock Purdy versus Dak Prescott. You know what I'm saying? But no, shouts out to them too. What about Dak, man? Dak is said that he's not going to throw a lot of interceptions. Yeah. He hasn't. What's your thoughts on what you see from Dak?
Week 1, like I said, the defense really took over week 1 against the Giants, the defense and the special teams. So really didn't get to see much out of the offense, and especially because it was raining. So week 2 against the Jets, we were able to see more of the offensive production. And like I said, Dak started off the game 13 for 13. It wasn't like, short dump off passes. Like, he was getting the ball down the field, making solid throws, and that was really good to see. That was really good to see the efficiency from Dak, and he didn't turn over the ball, and I didn't really see many bad throws. Like throws that he missed that was like, oh man, he was open. Dak just missed it. Didn't really see much of that. So I was happy to see the efficiency. We were able to run the ball well. Tony Pollard was able to get some good yardage on the ground. Tight end work, we was getting some work out there. And CeeDee Lamb literally went crazy. CeeDee Lamb is looking like an all-pro out there right now. So that was good right there. Like I would hope that we can get the other wide receivers involved too, because obviously defenses are gonna bring double on CD eventually. So I would love to see Brandon Cooks was hurt this week, so hopefully he gets back as well. We can get him involved, get Michael Gallup involved, and I like the usage of Devontae Turpin as well. We using him like the backfield, like the three. You know how Mike McCarthy like to do. So, yeah, offensive production, I loved it. Loved what I was seeing for Dak, and like he said, bro, I think he's really locked in on not turning over the ball, which was the killer for us last season. So yeah, long as hey, when you don't turn over the ball, your chances of winning the game is good. So,
Yeah.
there you go.
And Tony Pollard has been
Tony Pollard
looking good.
He looking good. He looking like he was the right direction to go in as far as like starting running back for the team and everything like that. So I like what I'm seeing. I like what I see in that game, especially against a good solid Jets defense. Like obviously, yeah, we beat the Jets, we beat the Aaron Rodgers-less Jets, but that defense is still one of those most talked about defenses since last season. So hey, I liked what I saw out there. Now, let's put up 50 on the Cardinals and do whatever we got to do to the Patriots and get ready for the 49ers week 5.
All right, cool. Now let's move on.
What's going over there at Hallis Hall Day?
It's the worst shit I've ever seen as a Bears fan in my life.
I was going to ask you that, Bag. As a fan of this franchise, with everything you've seen from this team going to the Super Bowl, to the Lovie Smith, being fired and having Nagy and just everything that the Bears have went through. Since you've been a fan, maybe more so the past 10, 15 seasons, where does this rank as like on the shit show scale? Where do we rank this at?
This is number one, Mike. This is number one.
What is happening right now, bang?
Mike, I remember when Mike Dicker got fired.
Yeah. You can do that in the contacts app.
I know you can't. I remember when Mike Dicker got fired, and I remember the angst that Bears fans had. And then I remember when Mike Wanstead was hired as the coach. Mike Wanstead had just won the Super Bowl with the Dallas Cowboys. So it was like, yo, we're getting somebody from that program, and it just didn't work out, right? But it wasn't a bad tenure. Like, we wasn't like, I remember when Dave McGinnis, excuse me. I remember when Dave McGinnis was potentially apparently about to have they was about to have wait a minute, what? Wait a minute.
What happened?
What happened?
What happened?
All right, wait. Okay. It's just
not live on the pod, G. What did happen now?
Hold on. I'm just going to send this to Scott. I'm just getting it. No. Hold on.
What didn't happen now, bang?
Hey, man. I just hit Scott to see if he was free. Reason why is because, well, let's start this. Dave McGinnis was supposedly hired as the head coach of the Chicago Bears. Dave McGinnis was the linebackers coach of the Bears at one point. And he declined the job, apparently, after they thought, like, they did a press conference. They was about to do a press conference and everything to introduce him. He was like, yo, hold on. I ain't the head coach. What y'all talking about? I ain't even accept this job yet. Or what are you talking about? But then Dick Duran became the head coach. And you know, it kind of started off a little,
Right.
you know, he started off 6-10 and 5-11, I think, in those years.
Yeah.
But then remember, the Bears went 13-3. I want y'all to keep this right here. The Bears went 13-3. They ended up losing. They ended up losing to the Philadelphia Eagles because I was in Phoenix watching the game, and I was very depressed. I got some ass though that night. So.
How is it in Phoenix?
Because I was visiting my girlfriend.
Okay. What's it like in Phoenix, Arizona?
It's hot. Hot.
Besides being hot, it feels like Phoenix. There's
decent.
nothing to do in Phoenix, Arizona. It feels
hella
like.
decent.
Okay.
It's hella decent. Telling Scott he good. Courting some dude. Oh, but yeah. Dick Duran got fired, you know, after shit went left. They went 4-12 because like everybody got hurt, and that was the season that they was in like Champaign while they was redoing the stadium, and then 7-9 they was fired, and then they grabbed Lovie Smith, who wasn't the first choice then. But Lovie came in, said, "Hey, first thing we want to do is beat Green Bay." Lovie Smith is the winningest head coach in the Bears' history outside of Mike Ditka and George Halas. They fired Lovie Smith when he was 10-6. Now, I felt that if he went 10-6, you got to keep him, but you got to put some caveats in there because the one thing that I did not like about Lovie Smith is his development of players outside of Lance Briggs and Brian Urlacher, like the stalwarts. You didn't see the replacements coming, but I would have kept him that year. He went 10-6. You don't fire a coach that goes 10-6.
That's really tough to do.
Bears did it, and they replaced him with the first big shit show that I could think of as a head coach, Mark Trestman. You bring in a coach with an offensive mind, and you're sitting there and you're like, hey, we got somebody that can coach up. What's my man name? Jay Cutler and all them.
Yeah.
So what happened there?
Yeah.
Then they get John Fox. The whole thing was the Bears are always getting first-time head coaches. Why don't they get somebody with a pedigree? Why don't they get somebody with experience? They get John Fox. See what happened there.
How long was John Fox a coach for? How long?
John Fox was there for 2015, 2017. Then they hired Matt Nagy. Oh, man. Matt Nagy. Coach of the year, 2018. We were a dink dunk away from the second round of the playoffs, and a lot of people predicted us to win the Super Bowl. We didn't. And now we got Matt Eberflus, who's won 3 games in his tenure. And he's about to lose 4. He's about to lose again next week. For anybody that thought that we had a chance before all of the bullshit happened this week, we was going against the Kansas City Chiefs. So honestly, if this was a week for all this shit to happen,
should I bet the house on Patrick Mahomes?
I'll pick it 51-3.
Are they coming here? Are they coming here?
No, they're in Arrowhead, fam. And Kansas City, look, Kansas City's been struggling, ladies and gentlemen. Now, struggling in Kansas City is like, they've been off, but they ain't terrible.
So this is a perfect game for them to get their shit off.
Oh, man, we about to get our shit. This is homecoming, y'all. We about to get the homecoming game, the homecoming ass whooping. This is God. Mount Carmel versus Prosser in 1996, the first state playoff game.
Yo, it's like Mount Carmel was like always like that in football.
Yeah, like Mount Carmel,
like when you played Mount Carmel, you knew you was getting scraped.
Yeah, you know the real good football teams that they get to the state playoffs.
Yeah,
and they got to play like Sin, Prosser, or Juarez. Like, this game is gonna be like Mount Carmel versus Juarez. We getting our ass beat, y'all.
If you
We
from
figure out
Chicago,
all
you know.
Yeah, you from Chicago, you know. It's like playing Juarez, fam. Yeah, you about to get that. Yeah,
Damn.
yeah.
Damn.
But here's the thing, Mike.
Yeah.
Here's what makes this all the more weird. I'm talking about the coach shit because you said, is this the weirdest thing, the craziest thing? And I'm using the coaches because that was normally the weird shit. Now, Alonzo Spellman, he went a little crazy, barricading himself in the house. They think they found him walking outside of a goddamn mental institution or something, like he broke out
Yeah.
and stuff. Yeah, Sam Hurd getting arrested, you know, being a drug lord and all that.
What the fuck?
You know,
Yeah.
nothing compares to this, though.
Yeah.
Now, if I was Justin Fields, when he said what he said about the coaches, I want to backtrack. Because I don't feel he threw his coaching staff under the bus. I don't feel that way. I felt that he basically saying that the coaching is making him robotic. But at the end of the day, he has to play better and he has to play loose. He didn't say they forcing me to do shit I don't want to do. He just said he feels robotic and maybe the coaching isn't, but I still got to do better.
Mm-hmm.
But nobody wants to hear the last part. They want to hear the first part.
Mm-hmm.
Because I was listening to national media and local media, and national media who don't watch Bears games, who barely know who's on the team, is talking about what Justin Fields shoulda, coulda, woulda.
Right.
But it was something that Stephen A. Smith said that he's totally right on. This is a piss poor organization. This organization is still stuck in the 70s. And they're lucky that they had a team in the 80s that brought them a Super Bowl. Because they didn't even want to pay half of them players. Mm-hmm. They didn't want to play Wilbur Marshall and others. This is the same team that Mike Dicker didn't give Walter Payton a rock to get the touchdown. This organization has been poorly run for years. Mm-hmm. It's just now we're really seeing how bad it can be when you're running the organization with piss poor people helping you run it.
Yeah.
See, great people can help mask a terrible organization. Mm-hmm. Great hires can mask how ultimately this organization ain't shit. But there were 2 times that I can remember where the Bears really looked inept. That's Mark Trestman and that's Matt Eberflus. Mm-hmm. This organization is inept. And I call on the president and the CEO, Kevin Warren, to talk. I call on him to speak. Everybody talking about how Ryan Poles didn't draft Justin Fields. Everybody's talking about that Matt Eberflus didn't draft Justin Fields. But Kevin Warren didn't hire Ryan Poles or Matt Eberflus. He didn't. They got hired, and then a year later, Ted Phillips retired. They hired Kevin Warren. So Kevin Warren, the show is yours. What you gonna do? You didn't hire Poles. You didn't hire Eberflus. You didn't draft Justin Fields. And quite honestly, all 3 of those people are your problem right now. Everybody's talking about that Ryan Poles didn't do this. Yeah, Kevin Warren didn't do it either. And he's trying to get a stadium. Mm-hmm. So what you gonna do? If I was Kevin Warren, if these 3 don't turn it around, then these 3 gone. Simple as that. Because I have no allegiance to none of y'all. I want to come in and I want to have my own team, my own ship, run my own way, my own people. And y'all ain't it if y'all can't succeed. Show some type of improvement. Do something. Because right now, the Bears have never looked the way that they look right now. And they look like shit. And why would I trust Ryan Poles to draft somebody which his draft picks ain't been that hot? Jaquan Brisker got potential. Kyler Gordon got it too, but one's off injured and one is injured. Why would I trust Ryan Poles to hire another another head coach when you gave me Eberflus? Why? The best thing for the Bears to do if this season is not successful is to start off fresh, and that is remove everybody. Why? Because then now you can hire a GM who could then hire a head coach, who can then hire or draft who they feel is best for this team. Together. Put them all together. Now, here's the other thing too, and Justin knows this. If this team is terrible and they don't improve,
I'm waiting on you to say it.
he ain't there. You want to know why? Because guess who else is terrible? The Carolina Panthers. Who does the Bears have their number one pick? Carolina Panthers. Let's just say, for instance, the Bears don't improve on last year. That means they would be at least 3-14 again. They're going to have that number one pick. Unless Arizona is that damn bad. But if Arizona is that damn bad, they have the number 2 pick. The Caleb Williams, consensus number 1 pick. Drake May from North Carolina, consensus number 2 quarterback. Both of those two are considered generational. If you got the number 2 pick, you can still get you a good quarterback. Or maybe this is a Peyton Manning, Ryan Leaf situation. But if the Bears got one of the top 2 picks, Justin Fields ain't there. But I wouldn't allow Ryan Pace to make that pick. I would allow the new GM to make that pick. And the new head coach to agree on said pick. That's what I would do. Ain't no way in hell Ryan Pace to be back. Ryan Poles would be back if it was me. Start off fresh with Kevin Warren making the decision. You can no longer do the let me go fire this head coach and then bring this one on and then I got Ryan Poles. No, he brought him in. He made the terrible decision. Matt Eberflus might fuck around and go down as the worst head coach in Chicago Bears history. And that's saying a lot. So why would you make the choice to do that again, Kevin Warren? I didn't even hear Kevin Warren make a statement or speak or nothing today, and that's concerning to me.
Okay.
You're the president and the CEO. Now, allegedly, reportedly, he was pissed off after the Green Bay game, and I don't think that's allegedly. I don't think that's reportedly, because I know they didn't lose to Green Bay. He was like, "Oh, let's get them next time." And they lost to Tampa Bay, a game that they should have won. And Justin was at fault for a lot of things. Coaching was at fault for a lot of things. The defense was, I believe, 7 for 11. Well, the offense of Tampa Bay. Tampa Bay's offense was 7 for 11 on third downs. That's squarely on the defense not getting off the field. If Baker Mayfield is torching y'all on third downs like that, that is a problem for the defense. That defensive line can't move shit. Braxton Jones, another bad situation happens. He's on IR with a neck issue. Oh, the defensive coordinator gets fired. Now, yesterday, it was no truth to the rumor. And this is perfect timing. Because I got my man Scott here. 79th and Hallis, Barbershop Digital, all of that. Now,
what up, my boy?
What up, Mike? What's going on?
Now, Scott, before we go anywhere, yesterday I texted you because I was in my kitchen putting dishes.
Hold on.
Yeah.
It's okay, bro. This happens all the time on the pod. Go ahead, do your thing.
Yeah, we have kids on the pod, fam. But I want to ask him this question because I was pulling up the list of head coaches, right, for the Bears.
That's what happens when you got too many black people in one house.
Hey, fam, you lucky my kids didn't knock on the door. And you be hearing shit when we be doing summer sessions and all of that. So, but I gotta ask you this question, Scott. Yesterday I texted you while I was cleaning up my kitchen because I just happened to hear FBI and the Bears, right?
Yeah.
And you was like, nigga, nah. So why is Pat McAfee saying that the shit happened that Alan Williams' home was raided by the FBI, Jack?
My guess is that his producers got the wrong info because I know Pat's not sitting there looking up stats. He got a whole team. I don't know. There was a lot of misinformation on Twitter yesterday. When I was sitting in Dallas, we actually heard about the raid while we were sitting there. Me and my man Herb Howard, and I knocked Herb. I was like, "Yo, you see what they saying on Twitter?" He's like, "Yeah, man." I was like, "Raid." I was like, "I've been here since 9:00 this morning. I ain't seen no FBI. Like, wasn't no police out here." And so that
none of the black sports writers was nervous.
Yeah, none of the sports writers. Even like I think everybody was just trying to figure out what is going on.
Black people in FBI, you like, oh.
Yeah, well, anything like there was nothing abnormal about me pulling up the Hallis Hall yesterday. Like I came up there, I was blasting the No Way Out album, pulling into Hallis Hall, and it was regular, business as usual. It wasn't really a lot of people there. Like I usually have to go all the way in the back of the bigger lot at Hallis Hall. I found a park right there, so it was business as usual. And then when Justin came out first before Coach Flus, my spidey senses went off. I was like, something's off. So it was just like back to back to back to back. Even when the Alan Williams resignation came in, I was on the expressway because I had already left. So it's like when you text me, I literally had to turn my phone off. Like I literally had to put it on, like not turn off, like I put it on D&D, but like I got like a list of people who can get through my D&D. So I got Bang on there. I got everybody, Barbara Share and Pappy on my my parents and like my landlord just in case my building's on fire. But I had to turn Club D&D off because I was just getting too much. Like I got like Twitter mentions was on fire. My Justin Fields video got 1 million views. Okay. They used that on NBC Sportsnet football night in Chicago last night. I had it's crazy. It was going crazy, and I had like 5 missed calls. I literally had 50 text messages by the time that Bang texted me. So it's like everybody asked me the same thing. So it's like I'm like, I don't know what's going on with this Alan Williams thing. Like honestly, we'll get into a full breakdown of this on I'm Not Gonna Hold You tomorrow, which is gonna be a fun show. We got the homie Kaz coming on. That's gonna be hilarious. Damien's filling in for Mikey. So it's gonna be a good show. But basically, I'll just say this on here. I don't know what's going on with Alan Williams. I don't believe the FBI raided his house because there had been a police report. That like the FBI would have to announce something. Like if it was anything illegal, we would know about it by now. I don't buy that.
Especially since Pat McAfee got sued by Brett Favre for less.
Yeah. So yeah, exactly. Like when you bring the FBI, like if there was FBI anything, it would be on the front page. Somebody would have found out. At one of these, like Chicago, people say whatever they want about Chicago media. They're good at following, especially Brad Biggs. If Brad Biggs doesn't know what's going on, then I don't think anybody knows what's going on. But I will say this, and Biggs put this in his piece too. I don't believe it's health involved. I don't. But I don't think it's illegal either. I don't know if it's something, maybe he cheated on his wife or something. He decided to step down, take care of home. Because he did mention when he was going to be coaching again. So I don't really know what it is. I just think it's protocols. This is like Tressman era, but like 15 weeks earlier. Like so it's being sped up.
Is there a possibility that Alan Williams once went to the 50-yard line and saw a pretty old head and fucked up?
It could have been. It could have been. It's something. Because even if you look how the way the team talking about, they were completely off guard. Like, even players today. And, like, Tyreek Stevens is like, oh, it really don't matter. Some people, Jalen Johnson was on the score. Like, I can't tell you what happened. Like, I don't know. Eberflus didn't even address the team today, which is another problem that we'll talk about tomorrow. I don't know. And then the Ryan Poles press conference today, which was like pointless. They didn't even stream it, which tells you everything you need to know about. That was a very Chicago Bulls move right there.
I didn't get an alert. You're right. Yeah. Because wait a minute, before you go further, I have read something from Dan Weeder.
Dan Weeder.
Weeder. Said that the linebackers coach asked if he had any well-wished messages for Williams. You say really the focus on the Chiefs.
Yeah, like that was weird because Alan Williams' press PR statement basically was like press release said like he had a big lengthy thanking the Bears, real glowingly. The Bears was just like we released Alan Williams. Like it wasn't nothing. It wasn't more success in his endeavors. We hope he gets better. It wasn't none of it. So something's going on. I just don't know what it is. Maybe I'm in a minority. I honestly don't care. And this is why I don't care. He was Huff. Like I don't care. Like it wasn't nothing illegal because if it was illegal, we'd have heard about it right now. Like there was a whole bunch of rumors spiraling yesterday. The funniest one was Peanut Tillman knocking through Hallis Hall rumor. That had me dying laughing.
That did have me dying. I was sitting up there imagining Peanut like, yo, boom, freeze.
Yeah, exactly.
And everybody in the office is like, yo, what you telling us to freeze for? We know you.
Everybody got that from the Lil Reese story where Lil Reese said that Peanut Tillman was one of the FBI agents that got him. But it's just the Bears are the talk of the NFL for all the wrong reasons. Like, and I think they said this on Pat McAfee too, which was correct. They are like since they traded the number one pick, people forget that this was the worst team in football last year. Like this is a bad team. You know what I'm saying? They're not on a 2-game lose streak. They're on a 12-game lose streak. So
but 13. Yeah. You might as well just
13. They're gonna lose on Sunday. They're gonna lose on Sunday.
So Mike asked me a question, and you already know my answer. You already know my answer to this. I feel like Kevin Warren needs to talk. I think that he should have been in front of the podium today. It shouldn't have been posed. I also told you that I feel like that Kevin Warren, if this season goes as the way it feels right now, that everybody should be fired. I don't believe that Ryan Poles should get a second chance to draft or hire anybody. If you're going to start over, you need to start over fresh and hire a GM that's going to hire the head coach, and y'all going to agree on who y'all need to draft. And if you're bad enough to get Caleb Williams, which I don't think they're going to be that bad, worse than Carolina or Arizona, especially with Bryce Young not being able to play, already. You
got the Red Rifle is starting on Sunday.
Yeah, so I feel like they're going to be the third best team in the NFL this time. You're not going to get Drake May, and you're definitely not going to get Caleb.
But we also do own Carolina, Vic.
Yeah, but I also, with that being said, I also look at that, and I don't think they're going to draft Drake May. I think the Bears will mess around and draft homie from Penn State to be their left tackle because he looks like a.
Well, that depends on the quarterback. If Justin huffs it up, they're gonna get a quarterback.
Oh yeah, you're right about that.
If Justin huffs it up, they're gonna get a quarterback.
Yeah, but it's. I don't trust this team to make the right decision.
No, you shouldn't. There's nothing about this. Basically, you shouldn't trust anything.
It's basically I don't trust Ryan Poles or Matt Eberflus to make the decision. So I believe that I believe that Kevin Warren should clean house if the Bears win 5 games or less.
This is
what say you?
Unfortunately, that's not gonna happen. Like Ryan Poles is coming back. It's just no ifs, ands, or buts about it. He's coming back. And the reason I say he's coming back is he didn't really technically hire his coach. Like, yes, he hired Matt Eberflus, but when he was hired, remember the coaching search began before they even hired Ryan Poles. Remember that little committee they put together, which was nonsense. Again, what professional sports team puts together a committee we have what was the
of niggas you have let's say it right, a committee of niggas who you eventually fired in any way.
Right, and no disrespect to anybody on that committee, but it's just like why you got a diversity inclusion. We talking about football. This ain't got nothing to do with diversity and inclusion. We talking about who's the best football person. And so then they got rid of Soup Johnson, whoever buddy name is. Like they got rid of him. Then you got Bill Polian, who ain't seen football in like 15 years. Like what he built the Bills that lost 4 Super Bowls in a row. Like he built the Colts team that won a championship almost 20 years ago. So like that's a long time. So then they gave these candidates that they vetted and gave it to Poles. Like here, nigga, you choose from these 5 people we gave you. So he's gonna get a pass just off of that. Now, one thing with Poles, I like Poles. I think that he look like a cool dude to me. And a couple times I've ran into him, cool guy. He's got this is his Moment of truth right here. Now, this to show you how low the bar is. I give him credit for speaking today because remember 2 years ago when that rumor came out that Matt Nagy was going to get fired during Thanksgiving, they had Chris Tabor, the special teams coach, talk to the media. Not Nagy, not Ace, not Ted
I
Phillips.
forgot about that.
I'll give him this. Okay, at least the general manager actually spoke. But the thing here is this. I do feel like Kevin Warren's influence is already being felt. I think this is the tap on the wrist right now because I feel like when Justin came to us, and by the way, I just said this in the meeting I was just in. Justin was not misquoted. Love Justin, but he was not misquoted. I saw a lot of people. You stupid media. You didn't know. We didn't reframe nothing that nigga said. He said what he said. What happened was, I believe he got a call from Kevin Warren. Now, Poles wasn't even at the facility yesterday because it was his nigga's birthday, which is another thing that went on the radio, which is hilarious. Nobody knew it was his birthday. It's like your house being on fire when you guys celebrating your birthday. So I believe Big Kev put in the call like, yo, don't be out here talking about your people, blah, 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 blah. Now, I also feel like lines are being drawn in the sand. I do think that before Justin said that, he voiced his complaints to Kevin Warren. And that's why I feel like Matt Eberflus was more distant or more he was more kind of like he was disgusted to be in our presence more than usual because he knows that if it comes to pick between the two, Kevin Warren is going to roll with a guy who Kevin Warren knows he can do this. He was Big Ten commissioner. He knows about Justin Fields. So I believe that it's Ryan Poles and Matt Eberflus kind of like fighting for their jobs. I think unless Justin just huffs it out for the entire year, which at this point is a legit possibility. Just because he went up there and say, I'm a ball, that don't mean he going to throw the ball 4 seconds quicker than he been doing. So I don't really care about the words. Like, I got to see it on Sunday. Like, that don't have nothing to do with anything. Like, Bears fans get excited about that. Oh, he said F it. That ain't got nothing to do with it on Sunday. Like, we'll see how fast you throw it when Chris Jones is coming at you. But I just feel like it's just kind of like rock bottom for Bears fans, unfortunately, because, okay, let's just say Kevin Warren goes scorched earth and get rid of everybody. What about this organization tell you they're going to hire somebody great? We keep talking about how bad it is they haven't found a quarterback. They ain't found a good coach. They ain't found a good GM either. Like, the fact that we still hype up Lovie Smith, who was mediocre for at least majority of his tenure as a Chicago Bears head coach. I never seen a fan base hold on to a 10-6 season where they did not make the playoffs more than Chicago Bears fans. So that is I hate to be doom and gloom, and you can bang nose in our conversations. I'm more of a glass half full guy myself, but this is rock bottom. They are the laughing stock of not just the NFL, maybe sports. Like, even the Knicks got it together in some type of capacity. The Bears just going backwards, in my opinion.
Scott, you know how you right? Because James Dolan this week said he don't like owning teams.
Exactly.
And you barely heard about that shit.
Exactly, because the Bears got people think that the I Can Feel It in the Air video is going on a 1920 football drive. Like, it's crazy. And on top of all this, what I said yesterday, you have to play Patrick Mahomes in like 72 hours. Okay, like, that is like the overarching thing. It's gonna get worse. Your biggest hope right now should be Sunday that Justin looks good and they lose by like 14. They can lose by like 10 or 14. Justin has a couple touchdowns. He doesn't look robotic. That's a win. Because then you can try to fake yourself in if we beat Denver at the crib, then we go face the Commanders. We beat them. We 2-3. Now we got the Vikings at the crib. Can we beat them? They ain't been so good. That's how you hype yourself up. Now that boyish optimism is gone. This is over. Like, I just want people to know it is a wrap.
Hey,
I don't care if they win on Sunday. This thing is done.
This nigga's so funny. Hey, look, you said all that, Scott, and I'm gonna say this too, bro. Like, I follow you. I follow everything that you do. I believe you are one of the most passionate, if not the most passionate, Chicago fan that I know. Most knowledgeable as well. You and Bang, y'all right up there, top tier. But you're in LA now, nigga. You don't have to deal with this shit no more. You got the Dodgers. You got the Dodgers. You got the Lakers.
Well, you see my Dodger hat.
Hey, look, bro.
I already left the White Sox.
You don't got to exactly. You ain't got to deal with this shit.
Well, see, this is why I'm dealing with it with the Bears. What am I going? I'm gonna watch Matthew Stafford throw hospital balls all day.
At least they got they play. Look, they play in a beautiful stadium. G, fuck this shit. You ain't got to deal with this no more, bro. Leave this shit alone, bro.
I'm rooting for the Lakers once LeBron leaves. Okay,
You got the Clippers too. You got the Clippers too.
Yeah, but them niggas, I cover the Clippers. They don't ever play. I've been covering the team for like 3 years. I've seen Kawhi Leonard 5 times. Like,
I think this is gonna be the season you covering the Clippers that you're gonna see them in full. I told Bag this on the
I
pod.
hope so.
I said, look, you gonna get on. Look, bro, fuck this Chicago shit. Respectfully,
Well, see,
you
look,
ain't gotta deal with this shit no more.
This thing, I can. I've already gone rogue on the White Sox and the Bulls. I can do that. I'm just never. It is what I'm going to be a Bears fan forever. Now, what I am going to do, I'm not going to. When I do have kids, I'm not going to make them be Bears fans. I feel like I would be an irresponsible father by putting this on them.
Shit.
But it's not. I would say this. I'm glad I covered the team. Because I wouldn't. I would be like obsessed about this, like every day. It's just I feel nothing anymore. I'm just thinking about what Patrick Mahomes rap lyric am I gonna use on Sunday for my on field Instagram pic. That is what I'm thinking about for this week.
All right, man.
Hey, yo, y'all say all that to say this. The Bears gonna win Sunday.
They're not.
There you go.
I saw Kay Adams say that today. By the way, we got to get Kay Adams on. I'm not gonna hold you. Okay.
Yeah.
We got to get her on there for sure. But Kay Adams said the same thing. Look, no, it's just not gonna happen. I'm rolling with 15 every time. He's like the new Brady. I don't care what football stats you throw at me. I'm rolling with 15. It's just not gonna. Did you see his defense? They made Baker Mayfield like a first ballot Hall of Fame.
Hey, y'all niggas gonna apologize for that Baker Mayfield slander too, G.
I'm not.
Look tough out there, bro. Baker Mayfield can play quarterback, G.
Okay, we'll see. We'll see what this sound like in week 6. And I want to send my condolences to Cowboy fans for the Treyvon Diggs news. Okay. You know, it's I feel for y'all because we all in pain. Now. I feel like the first people coming to NFL season, everybody optimistic. Niggas like week 3 or 4, and it's like, dang.
Yeah,
we not good.
That's all right, bro. Doomsday still ride. Man. Michael don't hold us down.
Before we let you get out of here, man, because we wasn't gonna pod today. But after Treyvon tore his ACL, it's like y'all, Mike hurting, I'm hurting.
We gonna talk it out.
We stressed out. We gonna pod it out. I guess my last question is that outside of Justin Fields balling out, because we know that's the easiest answer.
Yeah.
What do you feel that the Bears can do to at least salvage the fans' hope in this year?
It's Justin Fields. That's really the only option because it doesn't matter. Justin Fields has to be something. Because I think maybe we got to temper expectations for Justin Fields. Maybe Justin Fields being the Jalen Hurts, which the jury's still out on Mr. Hurts. A lot of Eagles fans want to kill me for this, but the jury's still out on Hurts. I want to see it this year before I say it again. But maybe even the Patrick Mahomes, Aaron Rodgers. Well, I forgot. Aaron Rodgers is done. So not Aaron Rodgers. Patrick Mahomes, Justin Herbert, all the elite quarterbacks, Joe Burrow type. That might be. I'm not saying it's dead, but maybe we need to temper a little bit. I know we make fun of this guy. I sell one of my kidneys for him to be Kirk Cousins. Like honestly, that's how bad he's looked. You know what I'm saying? Like maybe if can he be as good as Dak? Dak's not a bad quarterback. It's just when the playoffs come, can Dak make that thing? So maybe you have to bring your expectations to I'll take bottom 10 quarterback. Like maybe he's like a number 7 quarterback in the league, something like that. But the only way Bears fans will get through the season happy is if Justin actually turns the corner. Now we can sit here and talk about play calls, which I think is a healthy mix. I do think that Getsy is not doing the best. Justin also got to play. I watched that game on Sunday. I was yelling, throw the ball so many times. Week 1, we in the press box. He holds it so long. You know what I'm saying? So that's stuff he's got to fix as well as that. So until that happens, it's not going to be any hope because you can get a Caleb Williams. You can get a Shedeur Sanders. You can get a Drake May. But it's the Bears. They'll ruin them. Let's just be real. The Bears are that's just what they do. So until we actually have a quarterback actually break the mold, that's just what it's going to be. There's no hope unless Justin actually plays better. And I think it's less about wins because this defense, they're not going to win a lot of games either. You know what I'm saying? As long as Justin can look good and look like that 6-week span where they're actually putting up 30 points a game, there is no joy because it was like rebuild. We just rebuilt. You know what I'm saying? Like Cal Brandt was talking about this on Rich Eisen, that we just rebuilt. Like, what do you want to rebuild again? Like, You starting over again. So it's. I wish I had answers for you. I don't. And this is just how it is with Chicago sports right now. The Cubs, they're faltering. They might miss the playoffs. If you seen the Bulls schedule, this thing gonna be over by Christmas. Damn. You know what I'm saying? So there's no hope right now. You better hope the Connor Bedard is God's gift to hockey is what really all Chicago sports fans can hope for right now.
Yeah, definitely. Hey, the jury gonna be out on Joe Burrow if he have one more Huff week because he looking damn near like Brock Osweiler.
I'll get Burrow gets a pass because his calf is on fire. Like,
fuck
and
all that.
I honestly think they need to sit him because calves are dangerous. Hey. That's how Aaron Rodgers tore his Achilles when they say his calf was sore during training camp. That's how KD. You know, KD get hurt every Dr. King day now. So you need to be very careful with Patrick. No, the jury's out on Josh Allen. That's who the jury's out on, Josh Allen.
Now, it's 6:02, so we want to get out of here. Before we let Scott get out of here, I just want to let y'all know that Kumo D said he was supposed to be Nino Brown. Any hot takes?
I don't have any hot takes. I just want to say I'm not going to hold you tomorrow, 4 p.m. Eastern time, 3 p.m. Central on the Barbershop Network. And then immediately after, live stream will be on H&B Media. Of course, the audio will be on all the podcast feeds if you missed the video. If you're in traffic and you can't watch the video, we got the homie Cass from MSG Networks. He'll be on. We're gonna unite our Bears and Jets pain together. We're gonna talk about that. We're gonna talk a little bit of NBA. We're doing the local hour first because of how crazy it's been with the Bears. And then we're going to do a week 3 preview. Don't mean Mikey won't be in this week because he's at a wedding in New Mexico. But Damien will be joining as we have the old heads unite with
yes.
and Damien.
So Ray and Claude. And I could tell Kaz about why the Rock is COINTELPRO Pro.
Yes, we get him on there too. So that's the question we wanted to ask as he's around all them niggas in Boulder this weekend. Like, I wanted to talk about that.
Hey, Mike, any hot takes?
Nah, man. I mean, I did say the thing about Joe Burrow. I put the status up on Twitter. I said he looking like Brock Osweiler out there, bro. Still in the bag. But Scott say leave him be because the calf. I'll leave him be for now. For now. But hey, but other than that, I'm good, Joe. Music. I mean, Nas got album of the year, Magic 3. That's the toughest shit out right now. So I'll just go there. That's
I have a 22-year beef with Nas, so I will not be listening to that.
Hey, look, listen to me.
That beef, you're not gonna change. I already know where you're going. No, you're not gonna change my mind on this.
Listen to me, Scott. Listen to me.
Ether is a cute song.
Listen to me.
Takeover is facts.
I agree, 100%. But we gotta be men and let it go.
No, I'm not. I don't care.
Hey, listen to me. Your favorite rapper ain't never put out 6 albums in 3 years of solid work.
Did he though?
I said it on the pod. I said, Hov got to get back in the booth, G.
I'm still on. He don't. His wife is Beyonce. He ain't got to. Look, I'm on that Love album right now. I'm still on that Love album until that Drake album come out. But I'm probably still gonna be on that anyway. That's all I would say about that. But I will say my Nas beef will end if he allows me to take his daughter out. Then I will. Then my Nas beef will end. I'll be like, Illmatic is the best ever. You know what I'm saying?
Oh my God.
That's all I got.
Well, I can't tell y'all my hot take on screen. I'll tell y'all when we log out of here. So Mike, end us out.
Hey man, shout out to Scott, man, Barbershop Digital, man. Y'all make sure y'all follow them and everything like that. I'm Mike B, that's JR Bang, Some Do Pie. Rate, like, subscribe. We everywhere. Just look us up, all right? It is what it is, and we go.